It wasn't. I wasn't. It just you would think certain people would take care of you better as a partner than the way you got treated.
Yeah. With Flex a couple years ago.
All right.
I'm like super surgical with anything that I look at. And you said things took a turn when Dame named Cam vice president of Rockefeller without consulting with his partners. Yeah, for him.
For that whole little remember, I'm not part of Rockefeller. I was a diplomat wholeheartedly. I wasn't signed to them with nothing. I signed to Koch independently, my own shit. I was just me.
Right.
I was my own entity, even though I was a quote unquote so-called diplomat CEO. But I didn't have any paperwork, and at that point, I didn't. It wasn't. I wasn't. It just you would think certain people would take care of you better as a partner than the way you got treated.
Yeah. How much does that shit hurt you still to this day?
I don't care about it. If I was down, maybe I might be swinging in the air like when Ricky died and shit like that. You heard? But yeah, man, shit. Like life happens and shit like that. I mean, like
I'm gonna keep pressing you on this though because I know that cancer intuition that you got, like. I knew you caught on at some point before anybody told you anything, and I just want to know like that story.
I caught on before we was even famous.
What you mean?
I'm great at reading people's characteristics. I'm a very spiritual person, and I know who's who when I encounter them. And if you give me enough time around, you understand exactly who you are. You heard it, and I got to understand exactly how I need to use you in my life, or I don't need to be next to you. And at that point in my life, it was only two decisions. It was either go to the street or play your position. Yeah, nigga, you a boss and you help put everything together. This whole shit started in my grandmother's house. Mace, Cam, bloodshed, all of that shit started out my grandmother's house. Everybody got signed living with me in my grandmother's house, with me, not with them. They was all living with me. This where the whole nucleus and everything started from right then and there and shit like that. And moving forward and shit like that, I had a decision to make over childish things that I seen people be doing childish things and shit like that. And I was like, well, if this is what you want, if you feel this is gonna be your way out of this hell we living in, which was Harlem, you dig?
Yeah.
At the time, out of the hood, out of the projects, you have to play your position and shut the fuck up and do your job as a complete soldier and make sure nothing happened on your watch. And that's all you could do. And can't nobody hold nothing against you for that. And that's what I chose to do. And
so you seen this shit before it happened, is what you tell, like everything.
Mm-hmm. It started with Mace. He didn't do the right thing.
That's the one question I wanted to ask you. I'm a little bit too young to